Good day, everyone. I am Jason,
And I'm Tenten.
and we are here today to discuss to you about the brief summary of The Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Written by Jules Barnes using the Collins Classics edition.
Okay, so before anything else, let us know few notes about the author. Shh.
Jules Verne was born in 1828 in France and died in 1905, spending the majority of his life writing over 80 books. He was born to a father who was a lawyer and to a mother who came from a family of shipbuilders and sea captains. The oldest of 5 children, Jules was trained in law but was more interested in writing opera librettos and plays, much to the chagrin of his father. After his first book was published in 1863, he devoted his life to writing, although geography and travel remained dominant interests. Verne had no formal training in science. His passion was geography. Everything else he learned from his reading, which included about 15 newspapers a day. He took voluminous notes, giving him a good sense of emerging knowledge in many fields. He was very modest about his ability to predict inventions, saying he only extended what was really happening at the time. So now we're going to start discussing the summary of Journey to the Center of the Earth.
So now, we present to you our literary map. Included in our literary maps are images and symbolisms that will guide us in the flow of the events inside the story. And for the first image, we present to you the paper that was seen in the book written Arnesak Nusem.
So after decoding a scrap of paper he found in an old book, Professor Ladenbrock decides to go to the journey to the center of the Earth that the paper says is possible. Ignoring the concerns of his nephew Alex about the temperature of the Earth's interior, Professor insists that Alex accompany him on the journey, gathering the needed supplies.
Okay. Next in line, we have the image of Hans, the Icelander.
With Icelander's help, the party goes to rugged up to the mountains, stopping to rest along the way at the homes of the Icelanders. Though these contacts they learn much about Icelandic culture. Once they reach the mountain, the three descend to the crater and after several days determine which of the three shafts is one through which they can make their descent.
And the next image is the four cross paths.
At the bottom of the shaft, they came upon 4 cross paths that they can follow, and the professor quickly chooses one. After several days trekking and almost out of water, they must retrace their steps because the path dead ends. Finally, returning to the place of 4 cross paths, Alex collapses and assumes that they will return to the surface. Although the professor shows concern for Harry, he asks for one more day to find water before they abandon the journey.
So now, after that, we are going to see the image of Alex, who is very confused because he is now traveling alone.
Continuing to descend rapidly, Alex goes ahead of the others and soon finds himself alone. With his desperation, he retraces his steps but to come hopelessly lost. It is only after much suffering 4 days later that Alex is reunited with his uncle, Professor Lidenbrock.
After that, we now proceed to the voyage across the sea. What we see here is the raft that is traveling across the sea.
Professor decides that they must cross the ocean to continue their descent even further into the earth, lashing together wood minerals by the sea to create the shaft. The clever Alex rigs up a rudder. Once underway, they are surprised by how quickly the raft moves. Alex has been given the job of keeping a good record of his observation. He drops a hook and soon fish is caught, an ancient species long extinct in the world above. Alex daydreams about huge animals, plants, visualizing the evolution of Earth and its inhabitants. Because of the storm that happened at the sea, they started again the journey across the sea. The professor is enraged and insists on repeating the sea part of the journey, exploring this area which is further along the coast than their starting point. The professor and Alex find enormous shells as long as 15 feet and encounter a field of bones. Alex thinks that bones might contain the whole history of animal life. The professor is delighted when they found the human skull. Alex shares his understanding of the importance of his uncle's findings by describing what was happening in the world of paleontology or science of fossil life. So, the three decided to blast their way into the tunnel. They set the charge and retreat to the shaft. Explosions opens a chasm that appears to be swallowing the central sea. They are thrown down on the raft and swept along with rushing waters. Alex estimates their speed to be at least 100 miles an hour as they drawn deeper into the blackness of the center of the earth. The fall is stopped by what appears to be a water spout. Alex is consumed by hunger, but the rising temperature in the shaft becomes his main concern. The party soon discover that the liquid between the raft is boiling hot. So, the professor explains that an eruption is about to take place, and they're on the top of the lava flow, hurtling towards the Earth's surface.
And now, after that, they have blasted off to the crater of the volcano. And this is what they saw.
Alex wakes to find Hans supporting him on a mountainside. While making their way down, they learn from a young shepherd that they are on an island of Stromboli in Italy. Once back in Germany, the three are treated like heroes and the professor's achievements are recognized.
Okay, shh. Now that we have seen every part and we have summarized the whole story of the journey to the center of the earth, let us proceed to our analysis of the story. Shh.
And now, for an analysis, we realize that if a person wants to discover anything or learn new things in life or in the world around him, he must not be afraid to take risks.
Shh. And for our implication, a teacher could teach this story to his or her high school students in another way by making use of the so-called booths or stations inside the classroom. She could use those devices for them to be able to teach the students more about the story. And for our evaluation, the teacher may tell her students to make an essay about the place they've been to and what new things they have discovered there. Shh. So, there you have it. Our literary map analysis implication about the story of the journey to the center of the earth. Thank you.